night. We went to Norris and kind of to check things out and see what was going on. We was hoping to get into some walleye, but we never did. Never did find them. Never did find the bait fish breaking to amount to anything.
No.
I mean, and Bill, I talked to him this afternoon going home, which him and Paul came back Tuesday, and he said they had that one good night out there on when they got down there on Tuesday night or Monday night, and they caught 4 or 5 walleye and crappie and a few bass, smallmouth, but they were actually walleye fishing. Mm-hmm. And so he said, he thought that we'd go back out on Tuesday night and, they'd kill them. They went out Tuesday night, and he said, Steve, they wasn't a minnow on top of the water nowhere.
Yeah.
He said, that was on Wednesday night, and he said on Tuesday night when we got down there, he said Monday night was the best night, but they just got down there too late, or getting things they have to do at the camper and stuff. But so they didn't go out Monday night, so they went out Tuesday night, and then they went back on Wednesday night, and he said it was like a totally different lake. Hmm. Oh, I want you to look here. Boy, you talking about a surprise. Huh? Come right around here just a minute. This is my granddaughter, Rayleigh. Thank you, Rayleigh. Huh? Yeah, Papa's been saying hello to you and Luke, and then here you show up. What about Uncle Mike? What do you think about him? Well, Rayleigh graduates tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thanks for coming by and seeing me. Hello, Luke. You want to come over for a minute?
Yeah.
Let's see. He may throw a fit on me.
Hey, big boy.
All right.
I just woke up.
Oh, just woke up. Well, all right. You see you right over there on the screen? Good. Give me a hug. Give Papa a hug. I love you, buddy. All right.
I love you, Mom.
All right. Tell Mama we love her too. All right. Just be good. Be careful going home.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Mama.
Now
Mama.
You can't stay. I wish you could. All right. Okay. Thank you all. Bye. Be careful.
See you later, alligator.
All right. Oh, Lordy. Well, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, Mike. Like I was saying about Bill and them, and he said Wednesday night when they got back out there, they really thought that things would be right. And he said, buddy, we ran some of the best places that we fished for 30 years out there, and said they wasn't a flicker on the top of the water nowhere.
Yeah.
And so they kept on, they fished and caught maybe one here, one there maybe, and then so they came home this past Tuesday. So they actually was out there about 9 days, something like that, 7 days fishing and one traveling, one closing up the camper and everything. So, but they got back home Tuesday afternoon. But he said it was just. I don't know what was going on. He said, we've always managed to catch walleye and crappie out there, during this moon. And he said, we thought we had a pretty good night there on Tuesday night, and then went back on Wednesday, and he said it was just horrible.
Yeah, you had that eclipse Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I don't know what that effect that had on them, but I remember we was over on Loudon fishing, and wasn't doing too bad there. Getting a few strikes and caught a few fish, and then that eclipse started there about 1:30, and it took it about 2 hours for it to completely go through it. But I never got another strike the rest of the night.
Boy, good. Yes, hello, Hoy. Hey. Yeah, we're doing the show. Listen, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. All right, see you then. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I never got another strike the rest of the night. It was daylight before I ever got another strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that eclipse stuff's got something to do with it. I know you could hear things going on like the birds and different things hollering, and when that eclipse happened, it was just dead quiet out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it beat all I ever seen. So that may have had some effect on them down there. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure something did, you know. Like he said, they were up there feeding, and then the next night went back out and they couldn't find a fish feeding nowhere, and there wasn't no minnows flipping the top of the water. And you know, that's like when you know, Saturday night up here with Norris on you and I. The week before, when Wesley and I were up there, I made three or four stops there in Big Ridge Hollow, going around Big Ridge and or Bear Hole Bend, and everywhere I shut the motor off, you know, on them steeper banks and listened to that, there was plenty of minnow activity, but they wasn't the first fish feeding it. Never heard the first fish. I mean, I kept telling, I said, well, we just got to listen here for a minute. I said, you hear all that popping and cracking? I said, that's them LY and stuff in the shad spawn. I said, the minnows are in there, but I don't hear any slashing, you know, where the fish are at. And I'd run on up 300 or 400 yards, shut the motor off again, just coast and listen, you know, and same thing. I heard the bait fish, but no fishing. So, you know, it's hard to say.
Well, the water hasn't got that hot for them yet.
No.
So, you know.
No, I agree with that. What was the water temperature when we was up there last week?
73, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. I mean, that's pretty warm, you know.
They say walleye prefer 72, just like a largemouth.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to pass that along, you know, got that information from Bill, and it kind of ties in what we were doing. I fooled around there and caught a catfish on jerk bait, and I thought I had our first walleye, and Mike had the dip net, and got it up next to the boat, and he said, it's a catfish. I said, you gotta be kidding me. And it was catfish. So anyway, that was the closest we come to a walleye bite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, and they're you know, these guys, when this shad spawn is over with and the walleye, as that water warms up, they'll get a little deeper. And next thing you know, they're out there 30 foot of water. So these guys that fish for them religiously, you know, they have a light. They drop down, I don't know, 15, 20 feet, maybe a little more, and they'll sit right there and with minnows and spoons and stuff, and then walleye coming in there on because it draws the minnows, and then here comes the walleye. So we'll just have to see. We're going to have to try something different, Mike. I'd like to figure out how to catch them suckers.
Yeah.
You know, not just one or two, one here, one there. I remember years ago, Sherry and I were up there, and the moon was full, and the lake was way down, and like it used to get, and she had a purple worm with a pink tail on it, plastic worm, and I was throwing a bone-colored wheel. Next thing I know, we pulled in on that long-running point there, coming down from Bear Hole Bend there, and she throwed it out there, and she said, I got one. I said, bring him on in here. And I jumped down, got the dip net, and heck, it was a nice walleye. And I said, son of a gun. So I jumped down in the boat and tied that bone-colored weir on, and buddy, we caught 7 right there just in a heartbeat. And they was every one of them dandies. And, you know, we'd been back, we had went up there to bass fish. And she was throwing that plastic worm, and it was that pink tail on it, and purple worm with a pink tail, and then she caught that first, and I thought, well, son of a gun. She said, what is that? What? I said, it's a walleye, it's a walleye. And she said, gosh, what teeth that thing's got? And I said, yeah, they got some good teeth. So I got that thing unhooked and got it in the live well, and I said, I just jerked my lid up on the box. I ain't got a weir out, bone-colored weir out there, and I caught 6 more right there within 100 yards of that weir. And you know that thing wasn't running more than what, 8 foot deep?
At the most,
10.
Yeah, I don't think you can get 10.
I don't think you can get 10 out of it.
No, about 6, about all.
Yeah, about 6 to 8 feet. Buddy, I'd throw that thing in there and he'd bump the bottom about twice, and it was whoosh, you know. And so I don't know, you know. And that was in late summer, early fall. Just happened in on them, you know. We caught several smallmouth and so on and so forth on the spinner bait and this, that, and the other, and then run into them walleye and they just ate it up. So, like to do that again, but the water will never get that low again. Probably in their lifetime it might, but I don't know. I just don't see it happening. They've pretty well got it set. It goes down to a certain level, and that's about the end of it. And kind of thing. But hey, we do have some fishing film tonight, a little bit. It's better than not having any at all, for sure. And we'll get that going here in just a few minutes. Let me hit a deal here with Reynolds Racing and Marine. They got an X21 Express down there, and it's supposedly sold, according to what I found out today. And they've got a H51 Express, which is an 18-footer, and it's got the padded hull on it, and it's got a 115 Yamaha. And Trampa said it's a nice looking boat. So they got them on their webpage. If you're interested, it would be, you know, get on their website and look it over and see if you want to drive out there and take a eyeball look at it, you know, reach out and touch it deal and that kind of thing. But I think he said the 21 Express was sold, and I think they're waiting on the engine, and it'll be gone. But I'm going to tell you exactly what the deal is, what happened. Jake Dunaway and another gentleman went out there to pick this Express up, the 21-footer. They were out there about 8 months ago to pick up a couple of boats for Glenn. And they come back and told them that there was boats sitting everywhere. Okay, so they make this trip there, I think it's last week, and they come back and there's no boats around. And I'm talking about acres of ground around that building, around that facility, according to what Trampus told me. And what the problem is, they can't get the aluminum to build the gas tanks. So, you know, there you go. Oh, and it's going to be that way for everything else that we're. And I hope that it doesn't get down to the necessities, but it already has. You know. So anyway.
Well, you'd think they'd just go to a plastic tank, but where do you think this plastic comes from? It's out of the petroleum oil. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a shortage on that too.
Anyway, I sure would like to have one of them new Mercury motors, but I don't see it happening.
Yes, sir.
I'd probably need to buy me a couple of new boat paddles. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need to be thinking about. Forget the gas motors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to paddle. But we've done that before, Mike. Let's get on to something good. That's what we need to do, for sure. Hey, remember this fishing for missions over here, taking off at Loudon Canal tomorrow or Saturday morning. That's May the 21st, 2022. Canal ramp, Fort Loudon, Tellico Lake, safe flight till 3 p.m. Entry fees $50. Hosted by New Providence Baptist Church Men's Ministries. And they have a phone number here. They're going to register you that morning of, or you can go over on Friday evening and get registered up. The phone number is 865-986-5895. That's 865-986-5895. Call that number and you'll get to talk to one of those members of the church there that's helped putting on the tournament, and be a good tournament to get into, Mike.
It will.
Without a doubt. We're tickled to death to get to advertise that for those fine folks over there at New Providence Baptist Church, for sure. Let's see what else we got going on here. That's the tournament we advertised the other week for Clarence Williams and that bunch. I hope that our tournament turned out good. Right quick, before we get into the film, had I think one of their first night tournaments up there at North out of the White Bridge. I think it took about 15 pounds to win, which is that's nothing wrong with that.
No, no.
Not a bit. And they had a pretty good turnout. I've been hearing, the St. Jude's tournament is scheduled for the first week, I think, of June. They're skipping Memorial Day weekend, and let me get my calendar pulled up here. Yeah, I think it's the St. Jude's right now. We'll get with Mr. Lemons and get all the details here by next Thursday night, and fill y'all in on that. And but I'm pretty sure that's set for the 4th of June, from what I heard. Nothing official, just grapevine. Boys talking about it at work, so we'll get the final details and get it rolling.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, on the St. Jude's tournament there. All righty, Chandler, you ready to show some film? All right, whenever you get ready, do it, man. All right, folks, there Wes is with her first fish in the boat. And Wes, that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad little fish.
Not a bad little fish.
Healthy.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll get him back in the water.
All right. Folks, there's Papa. Nice fish. I don't know if he can keep or not. It'll be dang close.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him unhooked here.
Got him right in the nose.
Got him right in the nose. Oh, what you got, Wes? Let me get a little help right here. Just a little help. Johnson, I think that little hook was that stout. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
God, Now then, got it around here where I can get the hook out. Oh, I see what the devil is here then. There it is. There's the line. find that. I can't find my line. Oh, there it is. It's all around the fish, eh? What you got there, buddy? I'm gonna get you loose here. Put you right back in the water. At least I hope I can. If I can get a hold of head of that thing, get it up here where I can do something with it now. Oh yeah, found him. Got it. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Not a bad fish
That's
at
not
all.
a bad fish at all right there. Look at that's pretty good. That
Yeah, hey,
fish
look at the tail on that thing. It's spawning.
Yeah, sure is.
Post-spawn female, I guess.
Yeah. All right, back to water she
All
goes.
right, there she goes.
19 inches long.
All right, Papa's got himself a rockfish here on the old jig.
Wesley, I had the sun gun unhooked,
Hooked itself back.
hooked yourself back. Look at that. All right,
All right.
we'll get him back in the water.
Oh yeah, there he goes.
All right, folks, old Wes has got a good fish there again. Buddy, that's a nice one, Wes.
Yep, healthy fish.
Yeah, sure is. All right, back in the water she goes.
Yep.
All right. Now let's get the meat.
See, you got it. Went under the net then. See, now we jumped across it. Can't do shit with that thing. Let's handle this rolls in. Gotta lock the handle in. Hang with it.
Turn it up on the side of the boat there.
Yeah. Yeah, right. There you go. Going back, we let him go. Okay, well, Steve's got another one on here. See if we can get him in here. May have
Coming right here towards the net, Mike.
a dip net up here now. We can do
Good
something with it.
fish right there.
For a good fish, he thinks.
I don't know what it is.
Looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
good smallie.
Sure is.
Well, come on up here.
All right, Mike. A little better.
A little better, yeah.
Getting a little better.
Said he's a little better, he said. Okay.
Folks, Mike and I couldn't stand it. Mike wanted to go crappie fishing. I wanted to come up here. So he lost out and I won in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I don't see a spot. I don't see a
Mark on it. No.
mark on that fish anywhere, do you?
No, no,
Huh?
dude, no. Mm-mm.
Not anywhere.
No.
All right, back in the water.
There you go. Get on that little fly there.
Yeah, it's a little.
All right, Steve's got him another one there. Got him right out on the boat. Yeah, good little fish. Good little fish. Yeah. There you go.
Yep, a little better than the last one, Mike.
A little better,
Whoa.
too.
Come here, bud.
You don't like you touching that lip, does he?
No, you don't like that. Now come here.
Yeah.
Get out of
Fish, they just don't like to touch that lip.
there. A little better than the last one.
Yeah.
Still no markings on him.
Nice.
All right, back in the water he goes.
Right there.
That's a nice little fish, there.
Yeah. Oh, Steve's got another one here.
I don't know what the devil it is, Mike. It's pretty good size.
Got a sense of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a smallmouth.
Yeah.
Here he comes. One shot's all you gonna get. Get him up.
He's coming up.
Back around.
Coming up over the net.
There you go. Good deal. Well, I thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah, I know.
Golly bum. And he was pulling hard. Shoot, far.
He just learned how to be mean while he's little.
Yeah. Give me that. Open that mouth. You rascal, you. Golly bum. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
See? Back in there.
Okay, Mike, let's get out.
Here we go again. See if we can get this one up here.
Yeah, if you don't come unhooked, Mike.
That's been a problem a little bit. We got it.
He ain't as big as I thought he was.
No, I sure ain't.
Yeah. He ain't as big as I thought he was.
You got him anyway.
Yeah. All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's get another.
Get another one too.
All right.
Well,
I thought he was
yeah,
a lot.
yeah, we're going.
Yeah, Mike missed one, had one on, and I had one on at the same time. Missed them both, or got one in. Well, I thought that fish was a
Yeah.
lot bigger than that.
I couldn't even.
Yeah, did he take off with that
I
thing?
couldn't even hardly turn mine.
Quit now. Quit. I'll get you loose. I think, as a matter of fact, hold still. That gummit, hold still. Golly, There gun teeth. Yeah, let me see them pliers just a second. Yep, works wonders every time.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
He said one grabbed it.
Yeah, I got one on, Mike.
Got one on, huh?
Yep.
Oh, let him go.
Yep. There he is.
He's everywhere but in the net.
Everywhere but in the net.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they ain't running from that net for some reason.
I don't know why they are either, but that young little rascals. Yeah, it's got my hook tied up in the dang dip net. See if I can get the hook off the net first, and then I'll get it out of it. If I can hold that hook back there. Yeah, hold back on that. Let me see if I can get this thing by the bar there. Well, you were aggravating her, okay? Got him in. All right, Mike.
Yeah. Back in.
All right, there Mike is with a good fish now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Yeah.
Mike, let me get him back in the water.
Buying hog find an acre every once in a while.
Yep. Sure will. Ain't nothing wrong with that fish right there, for sure. That's good.
See, you got another one on here. You're jumping. Going like crazy. I'll let you go. Oh, yeah. You jumped right in the net. That's what we
Right in the net.
what we
Yeah.
wanted.
Sure did. Well, I'm so
He done come off, too. Come.
Yeah, that's a quick release, ain't
Yeah. Yeah.
it? Oh, now, come
You
here,
don't,
buddy.
he won't be caught the second time.
No, hold still. Dadgummit. Get you back in the water.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, what do you think about that now?
That's a nice one.
All right.
Coming back, we get another. See, you got one on there. Gotcha.
You're done good, Mike. You done good.
All right.
He ain't no monster by no means, but he bit it.
There you go.
And I've not seen a place on any of these fish that act like they're
Oh, Lord.
healed up, spawned out, or what.
Oh, they done that.
You think they have?
Oh, yeah, guarantee you that.
All right. I'll let you get him back in the water.
All right, come back in.
All right, folks, that dang Mike's got a good fish right there, buddy.
Yeah,
I mean, a dandy.
you put him back in there.
Back in the water. Hey, that's a nice one.
Nice one, too.
All right, good job, Mike.
All right, so you got another one on
Comes.
over here.
Here he comes, Mike.
There what he is. There he is. Oh,
Go.
got him now.
All right.
That's a nice one there.
Yeah, he's a small fish, but he hit it good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure did. Sure did. Hit it good.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Even a little bit better.
Yep.
Okay.
There's the bait, Mike.
There's the bait, too.
All right. All right, folks. All right, Mike is with another pretty good fish, sir.
Nice.
Yeah, you've done pretty good tonight, Mike.
I've lost more than I've caught.
Yeah, I believe you have. All right, we'll get him back in the water and get the boat on the trailer.
Okay.
All right, Mike, we're back.
They're back, dude.
Shucks, I didn't get to say hello to anybody and all that good stuff, but anyway, we're glad everybody's watching tonight. You know, Mike, we done what I wanted us to do, and that was catch some fish.
Yeah, we caught a few fish.
And
Lost a few fish, too.
And we did. We did. I mean, yeah, it just,
Probably about as many as we caught.
well, close to it. I just about guarantee it, close to it. And I don't remember if I kept count, because Mike and I, the volume, I couldn't tell, but that's all right. But we done what we wanted to do, or what I wanted to do, and that was get back on the fish. And I think it's only going to get better because, you know, I didn't see any marks
No.
on those fish. You know, that tells me that they've been spawning, have spawned, or whatever.
Yeah.
There just wasn't any on them. And, you know, really and truly, we would think that the smallmouth done spawned, and you know, so they're looking for something to eat out off the bank a little bit, crawdads and what worms or whatever it might be, shad minnows, and that kind of thing. So, but they're on the prowl for something to eat, and so you know, I think from here till cold weather, it gets too cold for Mike to fish of the night, we ought to be able to catch him.
Yeah. Sure should.
Now there's going to be a few slow nights, but we ought to be able to stay on them and do good. Here's the whole situation's this: we're working 6 days a week, and I like to come home on Saturday, eat a bite, maybe take a short nap, get on the water about 7:30, 8 o'clock, fish till 2 o'clock, and have a boatload of fish.
Yeah, that sounds good if it works out that way.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave you up there. Yeah, that's the way it is. Well, where's Mike at? He's still up there. I see his black lights up there about the mouth of Lost Creek. We're gonna leave him up here.
Yeah.
He'll be on the end sometime.
That's right.
Yeah, after he stops down there at daylight and gets him some coffee and a honey bun,
Yeah.
and he'll be on home. But you know, it was good. And here's the thing. I showed you those two little old green-looking watermelon jigs, and I don't know how we got up there on the lake without a watermelon trail.
Well, I don't know either. But,
That can't happen. I mean, it's not like you don't have half a dozen packs of watermelon trailers, and me the same way back there on the shelf, and we got up there and had 3 little old watermelon trailers there in the 101 size, or the tiny chunk, whatever how you want to call them, and we relate all that plastic stuff to the
pork rind stuff.
pork rind from Uncle Josh from 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was so anyway, but that's a tiny chunk called from Zoom there, what they call it, a tiny chunk, and like I said, Mike's probably got 5 or 6 bags, and I've got 5 or 6 bags, but we didn't, for some reason or another, they didn't make it into the boat, so we just scrounged around with what we had
Yeah.
and made it work. So
You pretty much, until you lost that one jig there,
Yeah.
broke it off, but you pretty much stayed with the same thing there.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept
Swapping around?
trying some heavier jigs and different colors and stuff like that. And I had that Z-Hog on that Texas rig, and it was the bigger one, and I didn't get but one little bump on it. And that's when I was talking about, well, I didn't bring them little ones with me. And you said, well, I got some here, and you throwed a couple of them back there at me. And I put that one on and put a little chartreuse on the tips of it, and missed 2 good fish on it. Had them almost to the boat whenever they pulled loose, and then I fooled around and got one of them little jig heads, probably a 3/16 or something, and put that rascal up on that jig head, and that's when I started putting a few more in the boat. And ended up breaking one off there and losing it.
Right.
But yeah, that watermelon seemed to be a pretty good color, but with that moon out as bright as it was there, a little bit touch of chartreuse or orange or something on it seems to give them something to look at. But, I don't. Did you have chartreuse?
No, I had
little orange.
I had a little bit of orange on the trailer, and back there on the tips, and what I was doing the first, I don't know, few fish I caught, 6, 8, 9, 10, I don't remember how many, and Dad blame it. I knew there was some more fish on this little old point we was fishing, and I dropped back and made a big cast, and the fish hit it, and I set the hook, and I said, it just broke my line. So I had to get down the boat and start scrambling. And I said, dadgum, what I'm looking for is not in the boat. So, but the closest thing, what we, and we caught a lot of fish on it last year, was that green looking, I guess you'd call it a watermelon rind or something color, and it had that 4 or 5 strands of chartreuse in the backside of it. So I got one close to that, to the one that I was fishing with, scrounging around in my box there, and finally found one close, and I put it on, and had that nice little chunk of watermelon trailer on it, and I just put the orange on the tips there, and went right back to catching fish.
Yeah, I tried that moss green looking one there with the chartreuse in it, and
Never got a bite.
Never got a bite on it.
Yeah. This didn't have any chartreuse in it. It was
Just a little lighter shade or something.
Yeah, it
they
was a
just
lighter
didn't want it. And,
Like we said, once you find the color they want.
But now, I talked to that uncle of ours, Gary, and he'd been up to Douglas, and he run into some fellers up there and said they had done caught over 30 bass. And said they was throwing right again the bank, catching them largemouth up there. They was throwing a green pumpkin jig up there, catching them. And that was at night. And he was talking about going to North. I don't know if he ever made that trip up there or not the other day when I talked to him, but I did get to talk to another fellow there, and he said he caught 6 fish down at Watch Bar, and said, went to clean them, and said 3 of them was males and 3 of them was females, and he said them didn't even look like they'd ever laid their eggs or nothing. Which is surprising, you know. I thought they'd done been in there on the nest and back out, but evidently there's a lot of them and they never even come in yet.
Yeah. Well, you know, heck, there's only one person that knows what that is, and that's the Lord. And they, you know, they're either there spawning or they're not. You know, it's not time for them or not ready for them due to the water temperature.
Like I
Mostly.
say, when it warms up, ain't ever fishing a lake runs to the very back of them sloughs to spawn.
Yeah.
You know, and it's out deeper. It might
That's
take
right.
them a while to get up there and find them a place to spawn out there on the channel or back in a little old narrow pocket or
Yeah.
anywhere out there around them docks or anything. On the channel, they ain't all going to run to the back of the holler to spawn, but
Right.
you know, it just takes them a while to get there, and the crappies the same way.
Yeah.
You know, they'll move in to do their stuff, and when it warms up enough before they're at, and then they'll move back out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, fish are, they're
Yeah.
not, they're not like, you know, I mean, they're not dummies. I mean, you know, heck, if it's comfortable out here in this 30 foot of water, that's where they're going to stay.
That's right. That's right.
And-
You ain't gonna sit there in the hot sun when you got air conditioning running in the house.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's just that way. And it warms up back there in the back of the pockets, and it's 40 degrees out here in that 30 foot of water, and it's 70 or 65 degrees back there in that 2 foot of water. I'm going to the 2 foot of water.
They will. They'll
that's what
start
they do.
migrating that way. Yeah, and then migrate back out.
Yeah, that's what they do. They swim around and feed and move in and out, depending on the conditions.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, they sure will.
but you know, we like I said, we had a good time there this past weekend. And take us to a sponsor break, there, Chandler, will you? Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is the place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes. Light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet. One end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could. They'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to the local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Harris used to work.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're back. Thank you, David Ray. That good information. That's IUOE. Mike and I work for them, through them. We really appreciate them helping us keep the show going. Help them every way we can. Do remember Edgemore Outdoors, folks. Hey, if you need something to fish with, stop in over there. I don't think there'll be many times you won't find what you're looking for. Vance and his dad, they do a great, and his mother, they do a great job keeping the place stocked up, and live bait, outboard motor oil. Just, I mean, you know, I've got to get over there and shoot a new film and as soon as possible. So we'll have something else some newer stuff to show. You know, doom and gloom. Heck, the fishing reels are hard to get. It's, you know.
It'll be hard to start getting that plastic before long.
It may be. It was back in the COVID days, a year and a half ago. It got hard to get.
Sure was.
I mean, without a doubt. So we'll just have to stay after it and watch what we got. And heck, back years ago, Mike was melting it down and repouring it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to see if he could, I reckon.
Yeah.
So he had, heck, or I don't know, 10 gallon of used up plastic trailers and stuff. And he'd take that plaster of Paris and make a dang mold and start pouring
Yep.
lizards and worms and what have you. Anyway, let's see. Mike, what am I missing here? Want to remember, like I said, Edgemore Outdoors, on what's going on up there at their place. We got talking with the guys at work. There's being some fish caught on Watts Bar right now, and two of the guys that I talked with have been fishing down there, and they've been pretty well pleased with the bite that they're getting. One guy, the third guy I talked with, he's up in the upper end. He said they're just not quite ready yet, and is what he said. He said you know, there's a few fish there, but he said they're not quite ready yet to bust wide open. But he said I'm going to keep after them until I figure them out. I said, well, that sounds good. So let me know what you find out. And we're just kind of looking for that to happen. But some good fish are being caught down the lake. I don't have a clue. I mean, Mike and I, shucks, I don't know how long it's been since we've been on Loudon.
Yeah, that's right.
5 years, 6 years.
Longer than that, I guess.
Longer than that. And that, you know, but when we were running the fishing circuit back years ago, we fished, you know, you just left one lake, practiced on another for 2 or 3 weeks, and then fished a tournament on it, and then you went to another lake, and so, you know, we'd have, when it come time to fish Loudon, sometimes on the circuit we'd fish Loudon in the spring, and then come back to it at night in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year we probably would just fish it once. So, but we was on it quite a bit. That's it, you know, back years ago. That's a good lake. But anyway, we'll see how that turns out over there. My plan is to get off work our Saturday and head off over there and try to get some film for the weigh-in and that kind of thing there Saturday day. So,
I talked to a buddy there, and he said that I think it was a wildcat they had down there out of the dam. I think he did 12 pounds something, 4-hour tournament.
on Loudon or Loudon or
Watts Bar.
On Watts Bar, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah, they catching some firefish down there, you know.
yeah. Yeah, it's time for them without a doubt. We hadn't heard a caller. Ed Galt, you listening? Give us a call over here and let us know what you're catching up there at Norris.
Yeah, he ought to been in Douglas or North
Yeah,
somewhere.
Douglas or Norris one, you know he's been there. He's just not letting us know.
No,
What's going
no.
on?
And
So,
I figured Dan Nykerk are burning the water up somewhere too.
Yeah. Did you say you put your boat in at Lad Landing already?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. You said everything was good except the dock was floating out.
yeah. They got to do something about that dock.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was
The
telling-
walkway is sitting here on the bank end of the dock, and it's got the water end of the dock 3 foot high.
Or more.
Or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to jump off the end of it down into the boat there. There was no stepping over in it. You had a pretty good step down to get to it.
Yeah. Well, might have to get 5 or 6 people, 8 people out there on the end and get it down, and then put a sleeve around it there to keep it in place, right?
No, I'd say it'd be better to drill some holes in that plastic floater there and
Yeah.
let it get a little water in it or something where it'll settle down into the water there.
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. Yeah. But the ramp's good.
The ramp's pretty good. Sure is.
Okay. All right. Glad to hear that. I haven't seen. I
You
haven't
come
got-
up through there, it's got a few of them yo-yos like that, but it's
Yeah.
you know, the texture on it, they left it real rough to get a grip and all that, but it's got some yo-yos in it coming up through there, so you can't take off flying, you know, you have to kind of just ease up through there. But,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Jeff was telling me that he ran into the guy over there, said they had some other ramps that they were scheduled to fix. And I don't know if they're going to try to do them this summer or not. More likely they probably won't, but he was up there in Emory looking at that in there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see who we got here. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve, Jeff Parrott, you guys were all them fish tonight there. That was good.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Jeff. Yeah, sure is.
Yeah, you guys had a great night. That was a lot of good smallmouth caught there, both you and Mike.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that show tonight. I just want to say a quick hello and you guys keep on catching those fish. That was excellent fishing trip there. I know you've been wanting to do that for a while, and you guys got on.
Man, we sure have been looking forward to it, Jeff. Appreciate you calling in, buddy.
I'll go ahead and hang up. I'll just say hello to Mike and Steve. Y'all have a good night. I enjoyed the show tonight. You guys have a good night as well, and we'll get back on them again next week.
Buddy, sounds good. Look forward to it. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, see you, buddy. Good to hear from Jeff. Sure is.
We'll see you, Jeff.
Yeah, but we'll just get back after them. I mean, catching on back, man, we love it, and it just keep things rolling for sure. I mean, if you, heck, I don't know, at the times that we caught 30, 40 fish at a night, in the boat, not counting what we'd miss. I mean, they just there, and just looking forward to getting on them here this summer and go from there for sure. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. We want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank you all for tuning in. But do be safe on the water.
Yeah, there's more and more people coming out there all the time when this weather warming up.
More and more people all the time. And Mike's exactly right. The weather warming up. keep the life jackets handy, especially if you got kids. I think it's 12 and under. You have to have them. They have to be wearing the life jacket.
Yeah.
It can't just be laying there loose. It's got to be on them. So keep that in mind, and don't be afraid to give TWRA a call, and they'll fill you in on the regulations. If you're not sure, call and ask.
Yeah, make sure they get that boater training if they're planning on running the boat, you know.
Yeah, you have to have that boater.
89 if you're born.
Yeah, if you're born after 1989, you have to have that boater education class. Gives you it's a good class.
Yeah.
And it surely is. You know, who has the right of way at certain times and that kind of thing. So don't be hesitant about calling TWRA. Ask them where you get the class and all that kind of stuff, and anything else that you can think of that you might need to know. Make sure your fire extinguisher's good.
Yeah,
So,
it's too late when they roll up there to check you and you ain't got it.
Yeah, it's too late then. That's a fact. You're caught. That's the bottom line. So do remember that. Stay safe and enjoy the time on the water. We'll see y'all next week. Hey folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all it's tungsten. There's shaky heads right here.
Okay,
That's
all tungsten stuff. Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. You can take any jig. Vance, get some of those bills. The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait here and you can make a jig or a swim bait, any kind of head.
Throw it and put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades. And like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at, gosh, I mean, man, the racks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need back here on the thing. I mean, it's just, I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make another